NAIC, Worlds, Obsidian Flames, Pokemon 151. Today we are talking about all of that, at least a little bit. Hey, Nick from 9card TCG, and today I'm speaking with JustInBasil, big friend of the channel. So please go check out JustInBasil.com, link in the video description. It's a wonderful website. You can also go follow him on Twitter. I have a link to his Twitter in the video description as well. So I've chatted with JustInBasil about his, just briefly about NAIC, Worlds, our, thoughts, or very early thoughts of Obsidian Flames, Pokemon 151, all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to do a battle. JustInBasil played Houndstone EX, and I played Tyranitar EX because I am committed to making Tyranitar work. I feel like I just have to. If you want to see the entire unedited, full-length chat or interview, whatever you want to call it, that I did with JustInBasil, you can become a YouTube member, and I'll post the full thing there. In addition, as like a bonus video, in addition to the regular bonus video that I put up each month. So this month you're going to get 2 bonus videos, and I want to do more stuff for YouTube members. So if you've been considering becoming a member, this is a pretty good time to do so. With all that said, we're going to go ahead, get straight into the interview and then the battle. You can, if you want to skip the interview, go straight to the battle. Timestamps or whatever in the video description. Go. I feel like I said enough. Let's just get straight to it. JustInBasil, it's been a minute since you've had you on the channel. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, and yes, indeed, it has been a minute. Feels like it's been forever.
Now, it hasn't been a while since we last saw each other. We were at NAIC together. We got to meet up for a bit. It's always good to see you. What did you think of NAIC?
I really liked it. It wasn't a flawless execution, but it was pretty great all the same.
Yeah. I do think this, for the tournament purposes, there were some issues in how that was ran, but overall the event itself was really great. Definitely a step up from last year. NAIC was played in the Worlds format, and we saw a very unexpected deck win the event. Rapid Strike Urshifu Inteleon, piloted by Cyrus Davis, I believe, and they, I want to say, shocked pretty much everybody with winning the event. Rapid Strike Urshifu Inteleon, not something that I think a lot of people had expected. Were you just as surprised as everybody else?
Not entirely surprised. So this is actually a complex question. Was I surprised to see Rapid Strike or Inteleon and Urshifu at NAIC? No, I wasn't. I had posted that bonus meta update on the Wednesday prior to NAIC, and it was on there. In fact, I had somebody on Twitter be like, "Why is that on there? That's a joke. The deck's useless." I was like, the data says what the data says. I just post what the data says. I do not care what decks are in here or what position they're in. If they make the list, they're on the list. That's how it works.
Right.
And then, a couple days later, here is Cyrus in the finals now. And she's going against Arctura, and I'm thinking, well, you're going to be a great finalist and, the champion. It's a very uphill battle. But she pulled it off, and it was a crazy third game. A little unfortunate Ian broke his heart as he did, but did not take anything away from her. She did a fantastic job. She piloted it very well. Yeah, and they were great games to watch.
Yeah, that's one of the things you have to expect a little bit about Arceus decks, especially Arctur or something like that, is that they are going to brick from time to time, and unfortunately for Ian Robb, it did choose the worst time to do it. But there's nothing you can really do about that. That's just sometimes how the cards are drawn. What do you expect to be really popular at Worlds, and what do you expect to do well at Worlds?
So, players are definitely going to still migrate, or they're going to cling to Lost Box and Gardevoir. They are the best decks in the format. They will. But the best players will probably steer clear of them. Yeah. And I think it's because at Worlds, ties are a death sentence. Yes. You do not want to tie at Worlds, especially in day one. You just don't tie, period. And both of those decks are pretty high risk of tying.
Right.
And so players are going to be inclined to go with more fairly consistent, powerful decks, things like Lugia, things like Mew, even though Mew has got its head right in the sights of that bullseye. Mew is still one of those decks that just doesn't want to give up.
As much as I would like it to.
Right? Yeah, it'll give up when rotation hits. That's when it's going to give up. But something like Mew, something like Lugia, I fully expect to see one of those do fairly well. Lugia seems pretty poised to do pretty well, especially single strike Lugia.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
the colors version is not going to matter as much
Strike.
with Lost Box being out of the picture for the most part. So yeah, I expect Lugia probably will do fairly well. Mew might do all right. Let's see, there's something else I was thinking of that I'd forgotten already. But the decks that will do well, I don't think any of them are going to be particular surprises. They're going to be decks that they will have seen.
Moving past Worlds, a lot of people, most people who play the game are not going to Worlds. They'll be interested to watch it, but really, for most players, the grind for the 2023-2024 season has already started. So people are going to League Cups and challenges to start earning points for their 2024 Worlds invite. And I really am interested in Obsidian Flames and Pokemon 151, mostly because they don't seem to add a ton to the format. What do you think about that?
So I think you're right. We've seen probably 60-ish% of Obsidian Flames already, and what we've seen so far is extremely lackluster. It's actually really unfortunate. To me, it looks a lot like Champion's Path.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers how much of a whimper that was for the formats.
Which to be fair to Champion's Path, that was a special set, so you don't always expect something
Right.
special. That would be like equating Champion's Path to 151.
Well, 151 looks much more impactful than Obsidian Flames, which is also not great. Obsidian Flames, like right now, we probably have another 5 or 6 trainer cards at least that we're going to see. They could be interesting. There's a good chance of that. We don't know, maybe 1 or 2 of the Pokemon EX or X, however you prefer to say it. But like what we've seen so far is just so lackluster that it's kind of depressing. Now, there's every chance that maybe Pokemon could really surprise us, and all of the really cool stuff in Obsidian Flames could be single prizers. There are quite a few of those that we haven't seen still, but I very much doubt it. They like to push all their shiny cards more, and
Right,
so unless we're getting like a Skarmory or a Wingull that happen to be part of that United Wings family, I don't know how much of an impact Obsidian Flames is going to actually have on the meta.
One of the things I think, this is just me, maybe this is my Kanto bias coming through. I kind of like the Charizard EX. I kind of like Charizard EX. It has pretty good damage. 180 plus 30 for each prize card your opponent has taken, which means you can hit really, really hard mid to late game. It's only 2 fire energies, so even if you are under Path to the Peak, if you just attach, you're attacking, which is really good. If you're not under Path, when you evolve, you get to accelerate energies to any Pokemon you want, which means if you find a really cool colorless Pokemon or something like a Radiant Charizard that might need 3 energies to attack, you can do that realistically very, very easily. So I think there's quite a bit going for it. It has a really good typing with Dark. You don't have to worry about Chien-Pao coming in and discarding 3 energies and KOing you because you're not weak to water anymore. You're weak to grass. And Meowscarato's not that big of a deal. You're the Burn Brightly Charizard from Pokemon Go to double all your energies if you wanted to. And we're going to get a Charizard EX from 151 in, 2 months or whatever, 6 weeks. That's going to hit super, super hard that we can, again, power up pretty quickly. They're all from the same Pokemon line, so we have these really cool diverging evolutions, and we can really change up our game plan based on what we need. I think there's a lot going for it.
I think Charizard is probably the best archetype out of Obsidian Flames.
We're not talking about Charizard, though, because we're not playing Charizard today.
No, we're not.
I'm playing Tyranitar EX, and I have 2 ideas for Tyranitar. First, this Tyranitar is an electric type that uses fighting type energy, so that's kind of cool. But the 2 ideas I have, this one's an aggressive build that uses Koraidon, and then I have another idea that uses like Aerodactyl and Path to the Peak, Klefki, or Spiritomb, whatever, to really shut things down, slow the game down, and just chip away with Mountain Bash and Thor's Revenge on that Tyranitar. So I kind of like Tyranitar, and I'm a little bit committed to making it work.
Yeah, I mean, we tested it. It murdered Palafin last Friday, so...
That's half because of weakness, but,
No, it's because Palafin can't hit hard enough to deal with Tyranitar.
Also pretty fair. Good luck.
Best of luck.
We'll start with the Larvitar. That's just basic Pokemon, don't have abilities.
Yes,
That's
basics.
really problematic. I'm going to draw for turn. Because I have the Koraidon.
Yes, you do.
And then I have, I guess first of all, Pickaxe. Reveal, it's not, so it goes into the hand. It's not a fighting energy. I guess at this point, I should attach to the Larvitar. And I'll play the Bog. I should have done it the other way. I should have played the Pickaxe, get the Bog, and put damage counters on the Koraidon, but didn't do it that way because I'm not smart. And I think for now, I'm just going to go ahead and pass.
Draw for turn. Trekking shoes.
God, that Klefki
is take that.
So stupid. I could have had a nice powered up Larvitar.
Off the trekking shoes, I found a Ralts, played the Ralts down, took the 20 from the Gape Job Bog, played a Level Ball, played a Fog Crystal, put a Ralts and a Greavard down from those. I'm currently shuffling. Both those took 20 from the Gape Job also.
Now,
Going to go ahead.
The Gape Job Bog is really for me to get damage counters on my Pokemon for Tyranitar, but it doesn't hurt to get damage counters on your Pokemon either.
I'm just trying to make you jealous over here.
Yeah, well, it's working.
Yeah, I figured as much. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and Iona you.
Okay. I'll not thrilled about that. I'll be honest. This was my hand. It's pretty decent.
Not too bad. Horus' experiment's pretty nice.
Yeah, because I could have Ultra Balled for the Tyranitar and then try to find a rare candy off of the Colress. But we'll see 6 cards.
I'm going to attach that for turn. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass to you.
Okay, I will draw. I'm going to thin the deck out. Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of a Bog and a Koraidon. Rare Candy was next, so Trekking Shoes would have found me that Rare Candy, just so everybody knows. And that would have been... Oh, God.
And you had it in your hand?
I had the Trekking Shoes in hand. And I said, oh, let me do the smart thing and thin the deck out. And then Rare Candy was next.
Rare Candy just wanted to stick a sun out at you.
Yeah, if I miss the Rare Candy off, I'm going to be so mad. Because I did it correctly, I get punished.
Yes.
I'll go ahead. Trekking Shoes. Draw a card. Oh my goodness, there it is again.
Mm.
Now we can Rare Candy. Tyranitar. And I guess I'm going to attach an energy to this Koraidon to start building that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just hit with Mountain Bash and discard the top 2 cards of my deck, both fighting energies. And I will take a prize for the KO.
For turn. Going to evolve this Ralts. I'm going to play a Level Ball. For a Killa. And evolve the second Ralts. Actually going to go back in. Let's see here. I'm not actually sure what the right choice is here, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the big guy. And we're going to refine.
What did you got rid of a boss? Okay. I don't mind.
Yep.
I don't mind the removal of boss's orders. You find that research after refinement?
Yeah,
God.
thankfully.
You know what? I can't say anything. I top decked Rare Candy off of that Trekking Shoes.
Yeah,
so.
no kidding. Attach for turn. We're going to bump with Pokestop, Level Ball, and Mimikyu.
What does that Mimikyu do?
Mimikyu has the ability Safeguard, prevent all damage onto this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon X and Pokemon V.
Excellent. That's a huge problem.
So we'll do Last Respects for 190.
All right. I will draw. I'll play Trekking Shoes. That'll go into the discard, and I'll take the next one. And then I'll play Culver's over the top 5.
Can you imagine if you ran a random Cramorant in there just for the lulz?
Yeah, seriously. I'm going to also own 2 fighting energies and keep these 3. I'll play the Larvitar. Actually, no, I won't. Not yet. I'm going to use your Pokestop to discard the top 3 cards. I keep the items. I'll bench a Larvitar. I'll attach. Because I don't have any Pokemon with damage counters on the bench. I'm going to Ultra Ball this VIP pass and switch.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah. I feel like getting the Gengar isn't a bad idea, but then I need a way to discard it. And Mountain Bash discards the top 2 cards, plus Pokestop discards 3 cards. So like there's 5 chances for me to discard this, and it's kind of why I don't want to get it. So I'm just gonna get this other Avatar. It's fine. Bench it, and then I'm gonna Dino Cry to get some energies attached to these bench Larvatars, because I'm not gonna knock out the Houndstone, and I think I need to set up more than anything. So here we go.
Going to Ultra Ball.
Gardevoir. The Gardevoir. I don't know why Gardevoir seems French to me.
Because it is. Gardevoir is voir is a French verb. It's like to see.
Oh. Well, don't you know everything?
Linguistics was a hobby of mine, so.
At least I know I was on the right track.
Yeah.
So you got the Gardevoir EX.
Yes. And then I'm going.
What are you looking through your deck for now?
I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to do another deck search or if I'm just going to go for it, but I think I'm just going to go for it. As much as I don't want to.
Okay. You're just going to Pokestop?
I'm going to do something different, actually.
Oh.
Oh. Research.
All right. I'm excited.
Level ball.
Has to be another Hound, a Greavard. No, another. Okay. Well, I guess you're just going to use the Gardevoir at this point. And the Gallade. You don't need that many Houndstones.
Really don't. Wish I needed the single prizer in this instance, but I don't, so it's whatever. Going to. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the last respects, KO.
Okay. We'll send up this Larvitar. I will draw for turn. I will Rare Candy into Tyranitar.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll Pokestop. 1, 2, 3. Oh, great. Get to keep these items. Lucky me. Culver's.
They're so busted. Why would you not want them?
Well, this is absolutely going to the Lost Zone. Okay, we can actually. I think we can actually make this work a little bit. We'll get these in the Lost Zone.
All right, you're ready for Cramorant.
I'm gonna play the Bog. Get rid of the Pokestop.
No.
I'm gonna play a Manaphy, so the Manaphy gets 2 damage on it. And
Busted.
now I can go ahead and use Thor's Rampage to do 250 damage to KO that Houndstone.
Tough turn. Check and shoes. Keep it. Pokestop.
The game chart did its purpose. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. And then we are going to. Well, the Ralts into the Curlia. I'm going to attach for turn to Greavard. I'm going to use Refinement. Draw 2. Forget how busted that ability is.
Yeah, seriously.
I think at this point, I just pass. Which
Okay.
doesn't feel great, but that's what I've got.
I'll draw. I'll attach a fighting energy to Koraidon, I'm going to play Boss's Orders.
Uh-huh.
And what do I get? I'm either going to take... I mean, I have a couple... I have 3 really good options. I'm definitely not going to take the Gardevoir EX right now. So I think I could take the Greavard, stop you from getting another Houndstone, which is what you want to use to attack. Because I could do some pretty decent damage at this point. So I might just take the Greavard.
Okay.
And I will just go ahead and hit you with the Thor's Rampage to take an extra prize and go down to 2.
Rough turn. Refinement. Fog crystal.
Double Fog Crystals. So you get a Greavard and a Psychic Energy attached to the Greavard. Makes perfect sense. Like I said, you want to attack with that Greavard with the Houndstone.
I really would like to, yeah. That would be pretty good. Whether or not I'm going to get to is a big question. I'm going to pass to you.
All right, I'll draw. I'm going to go ahead, play a Gutsy Pickaxe, reveal the top card. It's a Fighting Energy. That's going to go on to this Koraidon here. I don't really have a... I can't hit this Mimikyu. That's kind of problematic. I'm just going to Dino Cry. Attach an energy. Attach an energy. And it's your go.
Draw for turn. Evolve. We're going to attach there. And then I'm going to actually refine this guy.
I still think I'm in a pretty decent spot here, though.
I think you've got game already.
Because once you, if you attack with the Houndstone, I attack back, you KO the Tyranitar, then Koraidon comes in and KOs. If you boss up the Koraidon and attack with the Houndstone, then you don't one-shot the Tyranitar.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just desperate to try to get prizes. Last respects for 250.
I'll draw for turn. I'm just going to hit with Thor's Rampage for 250.
And draw for turn.
I still have 90 HP left.
Yeah. Trekking shoes.
Do you have 2 cards left in deck?
I do have 2 cards left in deck. I don't know.
Okay. What you got for me?
I think that's game. I think I can't fix this. I misplayed too bad earlier. Last respects for knockout, but you're gonna get the return KO. So,
because you have 10.
At this point, at this point, even Tyranitar could, or Larvitar could pull it off.
Yeah, you have 10, exactly 10 health left, right?
That's not a coin flip attack, is it? We don't want to risk it.
It's 10 plus 10.
Plus 10 more. Okay, so we're good. One of those stupid attacks is like it does 30 damage, but if you flip tails, it does nothing.
We could just be smart and use Wild Impact.
Okay, that's good.
Take the last 2 prizes.
Yeah, I didn't play that very well. I played that pretty poorly, unfortunately.
JustInBasil, thanks so much for taking the time, playing the game, talking about Obsidian Flames and Pokemon 151. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I want to give a special shout out to the YouTube members Black Wins, Mike the Highest, Fernando Ortiz, Chin Pokemon, and Eric N. Thank you all so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. And if you want to become a channel member, you can go ahead and click the channel member button somewhere at the bottom of the page. I'm not really sure. I haven't done it myself.